Hola guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Roxanne. If it's your first time here, then welcome. Today I want to do the Middling Booktuber Tag. I was tagged by Bree. I love her channel and I consider her to be a dear friend in the booktube community. So I will link her channel down below. You should definitely check her out. So this book was created by Adrian over at Stripped Cover Lit, and I will link their channel down below as well. And it is geared towards getting those booktubers that aren't really small but aren't really big either to join a conversation, to participate in this tag. And so it's kind of like the teenage years booktubers. And so I have the questions down here, so if I keep looking down, that's why. The first is, what advice would you give to booktubers under 100 subscribers? Keep at it. Also, it's totally okay to change your mind. If you start out reading one type of book or one type of genre and doing one type of video, it's okay to change your mind as you're discovering what you like and what you're comfortable with and what your tastes are the more you read and the more you watch. So it's totally okay to change your mind. A lot of us have over the years. My reading, I feel like, changes every now and then. From wanting to read only YA in the beginning to only cozy mysteries or lots of fantasy to more fiction or literary fiction, and learning to love literary fiction, and then trying to be very diverse in my literary fiction, and then discovering lots of Latin American authors that I want to discuss. So it's okay to change your mind and to figure out what you love about this community and what you love about yourself and in this community, and really focus on that and hone that. So don't think that you are going to be stuck doing one thing, because if that's the case, it is only you standing in your way. Go for it. I think it's always good when people are themselves, and it's okay to change your mind. Number 2, what advice would you give booktubers around the 1,000 subscriber mark? The same. Don't let the pressure get to you to be anything in particular, to try and get a certain type of subscribers. Subscribers come and go, and so be true to yourself. Obviously, I think that's kind of an across the board. Everyone's gonna tell you that, but it's very true. People can tell when you're not genuine. They really can. And so be true to yourself, keep going, and don't try to aspire to be a certain type of person. Only aspire to be the type of person that you want to be, not someone that you think you should be in order to be certain things within the booktube community. It is very obvious when people are not genuine, so by all means try different things, and again, change your mind if you want to, but always keep it genuine, and always because it's something that you want to do and not because you feel like you're being pressured to do a certain thing. Number 3, what question would you ask a big booktuber? How did you do it? No, just kidding. I guess how do you work to keep people from pigeonholing you? And I guess that's something that you can't always control, because obviously these are other people doing it. But I guess it's hard. How do you deal with the pressure? I guess maybe that's the question. Do you feel pressure being of a certain size? If you get to 50,000, if the few of us who have gotten to 100,000 of us, I mean the booktube community, not me. Is there pressure? Do you feel it? What do you do with it? One of the pressures that I hadn't considered, but I guess now is an obvious thing that one should, is I was watching Francine's video, and I'll link it down below. And it's a discussion around Zenith, which is I believe, YA fantasy book that is authored by 2 individuals, one of which is a very famous booktuber, and her decision to whether read or not read the book, and the fact that she's friends with Sasha, and what that all means, friends and the sort of pressures that come in to sort of be honest, even though no matter what you say, either people are going to think that you are trashing it just to trash it or liking it because you're friends. So it's kind of like, how do you navigate that? How do you navigate that realm, I guess? Because I feel like it might be different if you have a certain amount of subscribers because you feel a certain amount of pressure from all those people, but maybe you don't. Tell me. Number 4, who is one big booktuber that deserves even more subscribers? 2 of my favorite sort of auto clicks no matter what are Mercedes at Mercy's Bookish Musings. I love her personality. She feels very genuine and very sometimes blunt, and which is funny, and I just feel like I would love to just sit down and have some tea or some coffee and just like talk about books or talk about cats or talk about anything. It just she seems very just like awesome, and I love how bookish she is, and I love the way she describes books, and she's definitely an auto watch for me. I can't even remember what the first video of hers was, but it must have been a few years back, and I just ever since. Another one is a good friend of mine that I love with all my heart, and it is Joss over at Squibbles Reads. I love her and everything about her and her channel, and again the way she talks about books, the diversity in both genres and in authors and characters and subject matter that she reads about is great. And yeah, so do you consider the end game for your channel? What would equal success to you? For me, I think it would be more of a personal basis. Like, I would love to just meet everybody that I've met online in person. I feel like that would be ultimately like what I want out of this. I wanted to make friends. I've made friends. I would love to hang out with everybody and go to bookish events with them and go to bookshops, go book shopping, go to coffee shops or tea shops and just like hang out. I think that would be awesome. Another sort of crazy dream, or another dream that I've recently sort of realized I have is and seriously started considering is that I want to be a bookshop owner, and I guess I would love to use this platform to discuss that, my processes, if I ever go through with it, take you guys along every step of the way. Those would all be things that are like big end goals of mine. Obviously the friends one I can do probably anytime. There are plenty of booktubers that live in New York, many of which I considered myself to be friends with, and I can probably reach out. But definitely the bookshop one, that would be awesome. I mean, we're all bookish people, so we're here for a reason. So it makes sense that a lot of us would want to ultimately have good careers in this industry. And I have never considered myself a writer. I would love to tell stories. I just don't feel like I am talented enough, or and I don't really know what I would want to say. So authorship, at least right now, is not an end goal of mine, but definitely a bookseller. I think there is just such a wonderful feeling you get when you walk into a bookshop, and it feels magical, and that's what I want to create, and that's the atmosphere that I want to have, and I would love to take you guys along. And so I guess that would be my answer for that. Number 6, what is something you wish you did better? Book reviews. I've done a few here, and they've actually been received very well, but as I've said before, I don't think I'm the most eloquent or succinct when I am speaking about books, despite having notes, or even despite having thoroughly thought out what I want to say. When I get in front of the camera, I tend to just ramble, and you know, there are these booktubers that have very literary descriptions and reviews of their books, and I wish that sometimes I could bring that a little bit more, but you know, the more that I read and the more that I watch and the more that I do YouTube, that might change and I might get better. But right now, that is something that I actively do wish I was better at. Number 7 is what part of your channel makes you proud? I love how diverse my channel is in every sense of the word. It is diverse in the books that I am showcasing. It is diverse in the content that I make, in that I don't only make like TBRs and wrap-ups, which there's nothing wrong with only having TBRs or wrap-ups or hauls, but I put in vlogs. You guys know me. You guys have seen my cat, my family. I take you along places. I have a bookshop. I have a bookshop playlist in New York that it's by no means done. I have so many places left to go. Every time I travel, I take you guys with me. I have, during the fall time, I had a fall in New York series. So I try to put different things here that encompass who I am in my life, and I am very proud of that. I am very proud of how Latina I am and how I can put those names out there as I discover them myself, because that's something that I definitely want to get better at myself. So going back to that other question is I want to read more Latin American fiction, and I am actively making an attempt to do that, which is great. And so I like that you guys get to see that part and hear those names said in Spanish. It's so beautiful to me. And yeah, I'm very, very proud of that. And I'm proud that my mom got to see, before she passed, how people like my videos and the things that I make on here. And yeah, all of those things are things I'm very, very proud of. If you were going to start a second channel, what would that channel be? Probably a vlogging channel, just because I enjoy vlogs so much myself. They're not the most popular on my channel, depending on what they are. But that doesn't matter. I like to do them and post them anyway. So it would probably be that, or I don't know, maybe I love food tasting channels. Good God, I don't know why. I love them. So maybe one of those, I guess. Number 9, tag people. I think a lot of the people that I probably would have already tagged have already either been tagged or have already done this. I will tag a few people actually, and I'll put them down below, and then I'll also tag them on Twitter so that they know they've been tagged and can do this if they so wish. So as always, thank you for watching and for listening. I love you guys very, very much. Thank you for making me a middling booktuber, because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be in this category of booktuber. I have gotten to 2,000 with you guys' help, so thank you so much for that. I love you guys very, very much. Until next time.